My name is George Lorimer and I'm a third year computer science student from the University of Manchester, and this is my third year screencast for my project in creating my own cryptocurrency called Greckle. I will start this video by giving a brief history of cryptocurrency. Then I will explain some of the technical aspects of the blockchain, how Greckle meets these requirements, and finally give you a walkthrough of how to use the system on your own. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you enjoy.
Gather round, children, it's time for a tale, a story of financial uncertainty that once did prevail. But fear not these times, as a solution has come to bring hope and prosperity to everyone. A long time ago in the world of finance, the villains of the story began their dance. Bankers and brokers with hearts of greed triggered crises that the world did bleed. In 2008, a shattering blow, fueled by lies and debt, it begins to grow. Investors panic as losses accrue. A financial crash, a tale all too true. But from the ashes of the recession blaze, a hero emerged with a plan to amaze. Satoshi Nakamoto, the name now renowned. With Bitcoin's white paper, a new solution was found. A decentralized network with no central bank. Bitcoin's design left no room for rank. Transactions are secure, with no need for trust. A system designed to be fair and just. More cryptocurrencies emerged from the fray, challenging the status quo day by day. Banks and governments saw them as a threat, desperate to deregulate. Their opposition was set. Yet the people held tight to this new form of wealth, a promise of freedom and financial health. Meanwhile, the banks kept printing billions in a hurry to prop up the economy. While it sinks, it's a worry. The figures tell a story of growth and change, from less than $1 billion to a massive exchange. Over $2.5 trillion, the market cap now stands, a remarkable rise, powered by demand. The technology of cryptocurrency shines so bright, a beacon of hope in a world of financial might, a decentralized future beyond government control. A new era of money, with opportunities untold.
The idea of a cryptocurrency is having a secure currency without the need for a central authority, validating the sending and receiving of value, in other words, money. This not only removes the transaction costs used by banks, but also provides more freedom to the common person. In addition to this, it can also provide for financial inclusion. This is the practice of providing financial services to underdeveloped and unbanked countries such as in sub-Saharan Africa and Southeast Asia. To solve these problems, as a society, we have to educate ourselves on cryptocurrency to both increase the number of people using the technology and to improve the amount of research in the field.
Greckle. 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 Greckle.
This project was as follows. First, I needed to create a peer-to-peer network for the blockchain to run on. Then, I needed to distribute a ledger across all nodes on the network. It needed to allow for secure, valid transactions across the nodes and provide a simple wallet interface that allows for a high level of usability and learnability. I wanted to create an educational tool that used the technology found in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies while educating people on the blockchain. The peer-to-peer network of Greckle runs locally on your computer through port numbers rather than across the internet. A distributed ledger is a list of all the transactions that show how the coins in the system are sent and received. Every transaction is sent to all nodes in the network, and each node puts it in their own bank of transactions called a transaction pool. Then, every minute, each node in the network who wants to can compete to create a new block and add it to the distributed ledger. A block contains all the transactions in a node's transaction pool, and they compete by trying to be the first to solve a hard mathematical problem. This is called mining. The winner sends the new block to all the other nodes in the system and receives some coins as a block reward. Each node then adds the new block to their personal ledger, which is just a chain of all the previous blocks that have been mined. This is why it's called a blockchain. Now I'll show you how to run the code. So search download Python into Google, click this link and follow the instructions. Now, after you've downloaded the file, there should be a Greckle file in your downloads folder. Once it is in the downloads folder, you need to open up a terminal. Do this by navigating through your launchpad and clicking the terminal icon. Run the code by typing the following commands that are in the description: cd downloads, cd Greckle, and then finally python space src/main.py. You have successfully run the code and will be met by Greckle's wallet interface. As you have not yet entered this system, some of the options in the menu bar will be greyed out, apart from manual and exit. The manual is a complete guide of how to use Greckle, so give this a read through as it will cover everything you need to know. The exit button is the correct way to close the program. If you use the red X in the corner, this program may not work correctly. Once exited, to run the code, run the command python src main.py again, or simply press the up arrows and enter. Now, to connect the first node to the network, you need to use port numbers. Port numbers are internal addresses to your computer that can run a node. You need to select an open port number, so here are a list of port numbers that should be open on your computer. So select one of them and type it into your input for your port number. Keep the connect to a port number as a no, and then finally press connect, which will connect the first node to the network. To connect a second node, you need to do the exact same thing. Open up a new terminal window, run the same commands as you did before, and then enter a different port number. The only difference is you have to change the connect to a port option to yes, and in the peer port number section, you enter the port number of any node that is currently running on the system. So in this case, the peer already in the system has a port number of 1234. Now you have created a connection between the two nodes, you can repeat this process many times with unlimited nodes to create a large peer-to-peer network. When a node has just connected, it is not yet eligible to create transactions or generate coins. The node has to wait until it receives its first block before it can completely interact with the system. This is because if the node joined the system in the middle of a round, it would not create a complete block, as not all the transaction from that round would be in its transaction pool. Therefore, blocks created by this node would be invalid. Instructions of how to create transactions can be found in the Greckle manual. However, I will briefly touch on the P2PK transaction type. After selecting the transaction to spend, you enter the amount of coins you want to send the recipient and the transaction fee. You then copy the public key of the recipient node and paste it in the recipient's address section. Once you have pressed confirm, a success message can be seen showing you have successfully sent the coins. Notice how the 3 coins from the transaction fee seem to be missing. This is because these coins will be part of the block reward to the successful miner of the next new block. Here, this node has received the standard block reward of 50 Greckles, plus the 3 Greckles that were part of the transaction fee. That brings us to the end of the video. Use the instructions in the manual to play around with the system and learn about the blockchain. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.